Let's grumble.
In this video, we're going to go over a very, very useful command, the leave it command. Now, puppies put everything in their mouth, and adult dogs are going to get into some stuff that you don't want them to get into as well. So teaching your puppy the leave it cue is really important. Now, in order to do this, you're going to need a higher value treat, a couple high value treats, stuff that your puppy's really into. I'm going to be using Stewart's freeze-dried beef liver for my lure. This is a bigger treat. You want something pretty big so when you drop it, it's substantial and your puppy sees it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lure Ollie over here, and I've got other treats in this hand, and I'm going to make sure I keep this hand behind my back so the puppy's not cueing this particular treat delivery hand. So I'm going to show him that I have it, I'm going to drop it, and I'm going to collapse my hand on top of it. What I'm waiting for Ollie to do is disengage. And as soon as he does, even if he goes away like that, then you're going to go ahead and give him a treat. You pick the object back up. When you drop it, try not to drop it directly in front of him. Although I just did. Got the treat ready to go. The instant he disengages, get that treat in his mouth right away. Don't wait. After a while, the puppy will start turning and looking to you for that treat. Your puppy does not have to sit or do anything for that. No, it certainly shouldn't be on a leash. Make sure you're dropping it. Their eyes are very attracted to movement. There we go. So we got the head starting to come up. And at this point, I'm going to go ahead and switch hands. Well, I'm drop a treat as well. Now I'm in the second stage, which is what we call a cage. So I'm putting my hand over it. Oh, very good, Ollie. Look who's smart. And then I'm going to go ahead and pick it back up, and I'll go ahead and do it again for the close shot. So let's lure Ollie over here so we have a little bit of distance. Yeah, you already know where it's going. And I cage over it. I have the treat ready to go. Notice I'm not saying anything at this point because I don't know when he's going to leave it. Ollie, you ready to practice a little bit more? So the first stage is you're going to collapse your hand on it completely like this and wait for them to disengage. You're going to wait until they're disengaging pretty quickly before you move to the next stage, which is a cage. And look how great Ollie did there. Yes, you're a smart Dalmatian. This is the next stage, a hover. And he didn't go for it, so I'm going to reward that for him right away. Pick it up. And if the dog goes for it, go ahead and put your hand back on it. Oh, you're smarty pants. You're going to go around me, huh? Let's get you over here for better camera presence. It's still right here. I promise I'm not going to tease you. So that was great. So he decided that he was not going to go for this, what I dropped, because he knows what he's been getting. So you want to make sure you keep on practicing this until you're consistently getting that response. The next stage, and this one you could actually do with a cage or with the hover. I'm going to probably do it with a cage because it's probably a little bit fast. This video is, we're doing it all in one shot, but you should probably do this in multiple practice sessions. So I'm going to do this, I'm going to cage it. And I was waiting for eye contact. That's your last stage. I should have actually rewarded as soon as he took a step to the side. That's a beautiful thing. So when you do this, that's a good learning example. Make sure you're watching your puppy. Don't look around. If your wife or somebody's talking to you, talk to them, but don't look at them. But it'd be better if you were focused on your puppy doing this, especially the first couple times, because that's for a couple practice rounds. And don't hold the treat up too high like you saw. You'll get the puppy jumping up for it. Don't move your treat lure hand until he looks at you. Drop it. Yes. So use a marker word when he looks up at you. And if your puppy does that, that means you're moving too fast. We don't, covering up is considered a negative punishment. We really want to avoid that. So if you find yourself doing that a lot, back up to the previous step and keep on doing that one over and over again. So again, make sure that you are marking with whatever the word is when you get to the eye contact stage. So let's do it one more time. This is a good example. This is not a success. I've pushed this a little bit further than what we should. You should probably only be practicing this for about 1 to 2 minutes. You heard a little bit of a growl. See how he's now pulling at my sleeve? He's a little frustrated. So if that's the case, ask for a sit, So give yourself a good little command. We'll give you the target that you've been working so hard to get, and we want to make sure it's a positive experience. If your puppy gets frustrated like that, that's actually a good thing that we covered that on film, because that's going to happen. When they do that, again, your goal is to avoid having that happen, but if it does, go ahead and ask for a sit, something very easy, reward them for doing it. But if you anticipate it starting to happen, then you might want to start stopping before that. And a good little tip for that is to start a timer. And so that way you know, but I would recommend never going longer than 2 minutes for a puppy. Their neurons actually are not physically developed enough, and they can get fatigued and can't fire. Kind of like if I'm lifting weights, there's only so many repetitions I can do. My muscles just can't do anymore. The neurons are kind of similar. All right, well, this is my buddy Ollie, and these are some tips on how you can teach your puppy the leave it command. Quest, you are a goofball.